The world needs strong, competent leaders, now more than ever. We need effective leaders not only in government and industry, but in our communities and our civic organizations. Even in Toastmasters, the difference between a successful club and an unsuccessful club is the quality of the leadership within that club. Any of us can be a leader. Can we? Yes. Because leadership skills are not inherited, they're learned. Just like communication skills and even like riding a bicycle. Leadership skills are learned and honed through experience, facing challenges, and learning not only from failures but from successes as well. Take a second to think about great leaders, past and present. They all have three qualities. First, vision. Leaders are not reticent. Leaders are people that provide clear direction through their vision, their mission, values, goals, and plans. Two, teamwork. Leaders foster collaboration through team building, delegation, coaching, and service leadership attitude. And finally, three, motivation. Effective leaders motivate achievement by providing feedback, support, recognition, and by resolving conflicts. Now, the Leadership Excellence Series is a set of programs from Toastmasters International that addresses these qualities. In today's presentation, we're going to learn about the first of these qualities, vision. Now, what is vision? Well, it's simply a picture of where the organization will be at a future point. A leader must set a vision of a clear, focused, and desirable direction that will take the organization to its specific destination. Our presenter today is Joy Faust. She's working on a project titled The Visionary Leader from the Advanced Communicator Manual. Joy has a bachelor's degree in environmental science from Olivet College, a master's degree in organizational management from Spring Arbor University, and in addition to being president of the Rising Stars Club, she is also the activities director and a member of the vision team at her local church in Leslie. Moreover, last year she was selected as one of Jackson Magazine's 30 Under 30. Timer, can you please show the green card at 6 minutes, the yellow card at 7 minutes, and the red card at 8 minutes? And now let's discover how to be the visionary leader. Please welcome Joy Faust.
Well, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, Carl, evaluator, rising stars, and distinguished guests. Imagine that your boss just gave you this task. Your boss didn't tell you what the goals were, didn't really tell you what the purpose was, didn't even tell you why you're really even doing this task. How does that make you feel? Most likely all of us, when we get these kinds of tasks, will do them, but will often do them grudgingly, and maybe even have a reticent attitude about it. It's hard to be enthusiastic about doing a job if you don't know why you're doing it or the purpose behind the task. People are generally motivated to perform when they have a clear understanding of the purpose and the meaning of the activity. And as rising stars and leaders, it is our job to provide purpose and meaning when we are in charge of a task. A vision generates the purpose and meaning. A vision is a mental image of what you would like to happen in the future. A vision and a mission are two very different things. A vision is the mental picture of where the organization aspires to be, and the mission is the plan of how we're actually going to get there. Visions are extremely important for all of us. They provide a context for decision making. Every major decision an organization makes should move us into accomplishing what our vision is. In order to have a clear vision, it's important that we develop vision statements. The vision statement is the ability to communicate that vision in a clear, concise manner. Most corporations and organizations have vision statements, and because we're all Toastmasters, it seems appropriate that we look at our own Toastmasters International vision. The Toastmasters International vision states, Toastmasters International empowers people to achieve their full potential and realize their dreams. Through our member clubs, people throughout the world can improve their communication and leadership skills and find the courage to change. So let's break down that vision statement, because sometimes vision statements is just like a lot of words, it sounds great, but what does it really mean? If we look at that first part, the achieve their full potential and realize their dreams. Every week, all of us have the opportunity to reach higher, to push ourselves to the limit, and become the effective leaders and dynamic communicators that we strive to be. I mentioned earlier that 13,000 clubs in 116 countries, from Myanmar to Mexico to China to Jackson, Michigan, all of these people throughout the world are doing exactly the same thing that we are doing. We're conscious about our dreams. We're aware of the possibilities that lay ahead. And we're ready to take the opportunities. Let's look at this last piece of the statement, where the courage to change. As Toastmasters, we are not afraid. Our group, the Rising Stars, we are not scared of change. The Rising Stars are willing to take risks, take on new challenges, and also reap the rewards. This entire Toastmasters program is transforming us from ordinary employees to effective leaders and dynamic communicators. Now let's break down the characteristics of a vision statement. As leaders, we will all be asked to create vision statements and communicate them to our team. Whether this happens at the office, our local church or club, or even with our spouses and family members, when there is a task that needs to be completed, people will look to us to create the vision and then communicate it in order for us to successfully complete these tasks. So the very first characteristic of a vision statement is that it is clear. They are easily understandable. And the example is, rising stars strive to be effective leaders and dynamic communicators. I think I've said that 3 or 4 times now, but that is the clear message. That is what we are doing. That's why we're here. That's why we come every single week, why we prepare speeches, why we get up here when we're nervous, and when we keep on pushing, because that's what we're striving to become. The second characteristic is challenging. Vision statements impart lofty but achievable goals. For us, we want to be the best communicators, the best presenters, the best evaluators. Those are lofty but achievable goals. Vision statements are also general. So you won't see any details about increasing revenue or market share. They are also people-oriented. If we take a look at the Toastmasters International vision statement, it's all about members. It doesn't really have anything to do with personal gains. It does, but it's kind of a contradiction, isn't it? Because it is our own personal gains, but you can't do anything as a single entity. The whole idea is that we help each other, we build each other up, and we all move forward to success as a unit. Vision statements are inspiring. If team members find that vision statements are exciting and noble, they will also want to help achieve it. And lastly, vision statements are easily communicated. And a great example of this, we turn to Microsoft and Bill Gates. And from the very get-go, Bill Gates had a very simple, clear vision that he communicated with great verve. And his vision was this: a personal computer on every desk for every American person. That was 200 million personal computers at 200 million individuals' desks. And for many people, that was revolutionary. That was inspiring. And it was a clear, simple message. Similarly, Steve Jobs and Stephen Wozniak both had visions when they were creating the Apple computer company. Although Wozniak was different in his vision, is that he thought in more terms of hard drives and disk space and hard disk memory and processors, where Jobs' vision was more down to earth. Jobs imagined a computer that came in a box. It was simple. A machine that you could buy in a box, just like a microwave oven or a radio. Pull it out of the box, you plug it in, and it works. Both of these are great examples of successful leaders. But why were these visions so compelling? The bottom line is they were simple. They were easily communicated, and at the time, computer components were bought in individual pieces. So it was quite revolutionary. Someday we're going to have to craft some of these vision statements, and it would be helpful if we had some questions that help guide us to focusing our thoughts. So some of these questions would be, what does our organization do well? What is the most important thing we want to do? What makes our organization unique or special? What do we expect from our organization? And lastly, what makes us feel good about our organization? Just some questions to ponder. People are naturally resistant to things they aren't familiar with and don't understand, so communication plays an important role in convincing others to support your vision. The most important thing is that we talk about the vision all the time. When we're in the meetings, we're in the elevator, when we see friends along the streets or in the hallways, we're talking about our vision. Secondly, we explain how it'll benefit others. Because as we all know, our time is limited, and if we're going to invest our time and energy into something, we also should get something to benefit ourselves. Enthusiasm. Have you ever been to a meeting when it's just so dull and boring and it's so hard to get charged up about whatever the speaker's talking about? Enthusiasm. If we're enthusiastic about the mission that we're on, then others are often likely going to feel that contagiousness of the enthusiasm and want to join in as well. And then walking the talk. Show that you mean it. By making statements and being consistent with your vision, your actions will show your true intent and your sincerity. Like us here. We're here today, and we'll be here next week and the following week, and we are walking the talk because we are serious about self-development and developing each other. In conclusion, a vision is evolutionary. If our organization is to survive and grow, and if we're going to be the successful leaders that we're setting ourselves up to be, we must learn the skill to craft the vision, make it clear and simple, put enthusiasm and spunk into it, and then be able to communicate it to others. I charge you all to craft your own visions of where you want to be in life and work with others to move forward on tasks and projects that you set out to do. Because we're here to be dynamic leaders and effective communicators. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.